We live. What up, yo? It's your boy Bandit. This is another episode of Detroit. What up, though? Episode 51. Yeah, we in the 50s now, you feel me? But y'all know what I do when I start everything. I let y'all know who in the building with me. Starting off with my man, Rich.
What up, Joe? Rich,
What up, though?
catch me on exit Riggs 928. And how about that hammer?
We're going to talk about that hammer. Also in the building, we got my man, Big Ed.
What up, though?
What up, though? Let them know where they can find you at, Ed.
Here.
Straight like that. Straight like that. All right, let's hop into it, man. First off, big props. Big props, you feel me, for our Detroit Pistons, you feel me? Based on the progress they had from last year, we have 16 national televised games this upcoming season. Rich, how you feel about us now getting the national publicity that we're supposed to get, being a Pistons fan?
I mean, it's a young and upcoming team. You know, you got Cade, who is arguably a top 10 player in the league. So obviously they're going to promote their top guys. You know, you got Osar, you got Durns, you got Holland. So, I mean, you got some other guys that, you know, media pundits alike, you know, that they're into. I mean, you hear a lot of people talk about it, about the Pistons, that is. So, man, I like it, you know, and nothing was given to them. They earned it.
Yes, sir. Hey, your thoughts, man, on getting the national publicity that we're supposed to be getting?
Oh, yeah, well deserved. I mean, as Rich said, nothing was given to the Pistons. They did indeed earn that respect. And, you know, it's a long time coming. You know, a lot of hard work put in to change, you know, the culture of what that team was over the last few years. But J.B. Bickerstaff has definitely come in and doing a good job. You know, Cade is, you know, hit his stride. And this is, you know, I think this is only the beginning for that young man. I think he even showed, you know, how great he was just by what he was able to do with the guys around him. You know, for instance, like I've said, none of those guys around Cade are a star, you know. And the moment you gave Cade some competent heads, just some competent ones, not necessarily great ones or good ones, just some competent guys, he was able to almost get this team to the second round. So I'm very excited to see where we go from here, but definitely well deserved, and you know, hopefully they'll start getting the kind of attention that they've worked hard for.
Absolutely, man. Being what was it, fifth seed last year? Am I right? Not correctly. Fifth seed. I mean, coming from one of the worst records in the NBA, to be in a playoff team. You feel me?
Yeah.
They props that they deserve. So
Absolutely.
It's a start. You feel me? Hopefully, this upcoming season after that, we get a little bit more. Let's talk about a veteran we just signed to the Detroit Pistons. I messed up on his first name, Javonte Green. We signed him to a 1-year deal. Hey, man, this is your your specialty NBA, bro. Let us know what he brings to the table for the Detroit Pistons, bro.
3-and-D. I mean, it's a good 3-and-D player. You know, it's a much improved shooter from when he first came into the league. Very good defender, excellent athlete. So just a good depth signing. Primarily, he's been playing the 4, despite the fact he's 6'5". And that's for several teams. So that's probably what they expect him to do. You know, the 3-4 spot. So definitely good depth signing, good veteran. Piston mold culture. Tough, gritty, gets after it. He's hungry, and yeah, I think it's a good depth signing by Trajan.
Rich, how you feel about the move?
I mean, Ed said everything. Uh, the only thing that I might add is I could see him being used in spots. You need a defensive stop at the end of the game,
Oh yeah.
like that. I don't see him getting big time burn or anything like that. Like Ed
No,
said,
no.
it's a depth player, and I could see him being that he's a defensive player mainly with a little bit of three in him. He could be used in spots when you need a defensive on there.
All right, bring me to my next question. With the offseason moves that they have brought in, the Pistons, do you see the Pistons going farther in the playoffs than what we did last year, or the same or less? And I'm gonna start with you, Rich.
I mean, it all comes down to health. I mean, because I truly believe if we had a healthy Isaiah Stewart versus the Knicks, we win that series. Because he was the only one that could guard Towns. Stewart, plays bigger than his size, so he can, and you're not going to bang him around. Towns was banging Tobias Harris around like a rag doll. But then he also has the agility and athleticism to guard him one-on-one, so he's not getting drove by the whole time either. And his defense. So it's all going to come down to that. But I mean, I don't by any means think it's a shoe into the conference championship. I personally like what Orlando did. I like them. I think they're a good team. But it all comes down to health for any team, right? Like, I mean, Orlando got they lost Bankero and Wagner at big parts of the season this year. So, and then they went and got
Bang.
Yeah, they went and got Bane. So I like that trio. Tatum's out for Boston, so I don't see them doing. And they got rid of Drew Holiday. I think that's a bigger loss than people give him credit for. Because Pritchard is not a defender. He is not a defender.
No.
He's not even really a point guard, really. He's a shooter. That's what he does. He's a scorer. So I just don't see, who you're going to put on Cade. So and New York don't scare me at all. So yeah, I mean, it just all boils down to health, in my opinion.
Same question.
I think it depends on the development off season. I mean, I think what they are for them to make the moves that they're making, they're banking on certain guys getting better. So I think that definitely hinges on that a little bit. Because see, one thing we do have to keep note of. So we finished sixth in the East this year, right? We're not guaranteed to move up because two of the teams that were behind us actually got better, a lot better, and so those 4 or 5 spots, it's no guarantee they'll be occupied by us. That could easily be Orlando, and I definitely believe Atlanta on paper has a lot more talent than we have. So it depends on the internal development to me to see who goes further. And I actually think Orlando has more depth than New York does right now. The Desmond Bain trade was a really brilliant one. I think that was really, really good. And internal development is going to be very, very much so key because we're going to need one of those guys to really step up and be that true number 2 guy with Cade. Some people think that's Jaden Ivey. I don't, but the verdict's still out on that. I personally think that. So I have two candidates that could do this. If it's a perimeter player we're looking at, I actually think Ron Holland has the kind of offensive game that could grow to be like that perimeter scoring threat with Cade. I think, as far as more of that Swiss Army knife, will do two things at an elite level and everything else fairly well. But I actually think Ron Holland has that kind of two-way stardom in him. But even then, we're a couple years away from that if it's truly there. And then in terms of, let's say, fit with Cade, right? I've always said from the very, very jump, Cade does not necessarily need, especially the way he plays, a so-called backcourt partner to be with him in terms of a pair. The way Cade plays, Cade is a dominant pick-and-roll guy. And so you need to get him a dominant, or rather a really offensively talented big man to pair with that. So to be very honest with you, the one who fits the bill that you would probably like to see step up into that secondary guy or whatnot is really Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is also very, very, gifted offensively. Certain things he just wasn't allowed to do, and JB even said that because he wanted to lock it on the defensive end, and JD did that. He took it upon himself. He owned it. He manned up and admitted he wasn't really bringing it 100%. And for that reason, Coach took a lot of those, privileges away. And so going into, this next year, I think he's going to come in, be a little bit more featured with Cade in the pick and roll. I think you're going to see him, go back to the midi that he showcased at the beginning of his career here and in college, because he used to shoot it a lot in college and made it at a very high level. You're going to see a lot of that. He's already become a great free throw shooter as well. And him really handling the ball. And one of the things I like to touch on that, I know a few folks within who are associated around, sort of Pistons business, and Danny Wolf was actually really high, to my knowledge, on Pistons brass, kind of big board of who they wanted to get, even to the point to where they were willing to move up to the first round to get him. But I guess they ultimately decided to stay at 37. Get who we got, and then kind of just forego with what we had, because Jalen Duren actually already does a lot of those things. Handle the rock, big man that can really handle ball, pass, etc. And especially what he showcases in practice, he doesn't always get to do in games. So I think they just figured all we have to do is unleash him, and we would get what we see there on tape with DW in a much more athletic body. So, man, I just think that a large part of where we go next year does definitely hinge on internal development. And, I do think Trajan did a good job of signing, impactful vets. Karis LeVert, that was a solid signing.
Yeah,
a very solid signing. Even the Javonte Green situation, that's a very good vet 3 and D piece. That's kind of one of those things I was talking about that we needed last year. We really did need a guy who can stay on the floor, shoot the ball, and defend. And I think, we see Ron just taking that leap as a shooter a little bit. We definitely like what he showed in Summer League. Hopefully that translates to the big league. And Devontae Green is another guy who will be able to do that. And, also with Duncan Robinson, he's going to come in. Excellent shooter. And, yes, he is a better career shooter than Malik Beasley. I'm sorry. So for anybody who's wondering that and talk about B's this and B's that, you got a guy who is just as proficient, man. So I think we'll be all right.
We won't take no money to shave points, but we ain't going to talk about that.
Well, we got to talk about that.
And there's actually talk that the Pistons are still open to bringing Beasley back.
I believe those reports when I see him on the actual Pistons bench, man. I don't. Here's the thing with that. I feel you, Rich, because I've heard that too. I haven't seen that confirmed by one person in Pistons brass. Not one. Not even. I'll be honest with you. Not even a highly esteemed beat writer. I haven't seen that one person who's an actual somebody say those things or repeat that sentiment. So that's why I think that I personally, unless somebody could prove me wrong and show me where a legitimate, esteemed writer, not just a fringe guy, an actual esteemed beat writer close to the Pistons, or a Pistons executive said that or backed that sentiment up, I don't believe it. You can't.
I heard he got evicted from his apartment in Detroit.
Here's the thing, man. You can't keep a roster spot open for a guy when you don't know how a federal investigation is going to go.
Federal.
The Pistons don't get to control that, and so you have you have to move on with your team, and you have to do what you have to do with your team. Trajan Langdon doesn't get to decide when that investigation is up. He doesn't get to decide the timeline or the trajectory that's going to take. So he's got to do what's best for his team in the now, and that's move on and sign guys. We had a free roster spot the majority of last year too. So I think people are looking a little bit too much into this. You know what I'm saying? We have 14 guys under contract in two ways. You know what I'm saying? And that's that flexibility. If you look at that, Trajan also ran the Pelicans like that. Because it allows you to have a little bit more flexibility in trade. We have a $25 million expiring contract with Tobias Harris. So I think people, like I said, if I see Malik Beasley in a Pistons uniform again this season, then I'll believe it. But until then, I don't. And I think this is just Trajan maintaining flexibility.
Yeah, that's why I brought you on here when I need to see some Pistons talk, because I know you're going to hit us with the truth, nothing but the whole truth. So hope me, God. You feel me, bro? God.
I mean, a lot of that's my opinion, but we'll see. Time will tell. I appreciate it, though.
Oh, for sure. Anything we're going to touch up about the Pistons this upcoming season before we get to the next topic?
Not for me.
All right, let's keep it running. Question is for you, Red Chair. Are the Detroit Tigers back on track, man? Last few games, 2.5 games. They have. Yes, they came back with a comeback win, down 0-3, comeback to win. Even Scuba had a bad game. We're gonna save that for later. Baseball.
See, I disagree with that.
Ooh. Go ahead.
And that's what when we reached out earlier, I thought that was going to be a topic today.
You know, I'm for the baseball show tomorrow, but go ahead.
I was actually impressed with his start, and this is why. I have said it on plenty of baseball shows, and I will say it to the day I die. A great pitcher to me is not someone who goes and throws a no-hitter with 13 strikeouts. A great pitcher who on a night that they do not have their A-plus stuff still gives their team a chance to win. He gave up 3 runs in the first 3 innings.
Yep.
In the 4th inning, he got his first strikeout, and he had 2 walks to 1 strikeout. In the 4th inning, he also had 62 pitches. He made it to the 7th inning, finished a full 7 innings, didn't allow no more runs, ended up with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks, and his team won. That to me is impressive because he did not have his command. He did not have his good stuff, but yet he still went good. Take an average guy, a 2-3-4 pitcher or a 3-4 pitcher. If they don't have their stuff, they're through. They are through. This guy still managed to pitch a good game. Now, the caveat is because who he is, automatically look. Well, he didn't have 7-8 strikeouts.
He holds him to high standards because the stuff that he done in the past.
But sometimes it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Yes, sir, Dean King. Well, I stay correct.
I was impressed because I look at it a whole different way than just numbers. Stats don't tell you everything. So I watched him fight through that game, and I watched him figure it out enough to give his team a chance to win. But I mean, with this team, it boils down to pitching, bullpen especially. They're way inconsistent. The only one, Finnegan, has been a good pickup. Vest has been solid all year. Holton he's on a good run right now, but he's had some ups and downs. I mean, he's given up way too many home runs for a reliever. He's given up, I think, 13 or 14. That's a ton, especially for a reliever. For a starter, that ain't shit. For a reliever, that's a ton. So, we shall see. I still don't, and then even in the starting rotation, it ain't consistent. Jack looks like freaking Nolan Ryan through the first 4 innings, and then he looks like fucking Jamie. Or no, I can't. I I don't even know who. The worst fucking starting pitcher in Major League Baseball history. He just falls off. I don't know what is up with that, but Casey Mize has been having his struggles. But I get that too because he's been out a couple years, so innings, right? Canley, he was consistent, and all of a sudden, he's Mr. Give Up a Run. Every time he comes in, you can damn near pencil him in for a giving up run. So, it's funny that before the year, it was, hey, the pitching is solid. We're gonna go as far as the hitting will take us. Well, here we are at the end of the year, and we're only gonna go as long as the pitching takes us. So it's like, that's why, man, it's hard to make predictions at the beginning of the year for any sport because you don't know. Last year don't mean a damn thing. So it's really hard, man. They keep winning. They won 2 series in a row. They got 4 games versus Minnesota. It looks like they're going to win tonight. They win tomorrow or Sunday. There's another series win. That's all you can do. That's what we was successful at the beginning of the year. We just kept winning series. But, and I don't want to hear, oh, the Tigers, they suck. The Tigers, they suck. Look at all the good teams. Look at the Dodgers. That fucking team they were talking about, are they going to win 162 games? Are they going to win 130? They got Hall of Famers all up and down that lineup. And they struggling bad. So, it just happens, man. Baseball is one of them tricky sports, man. I've watched the Yankees spin, and not win titles. The Dodgers did it before they got in this little bit of, good run last couple. So, it's hard to see. Honestly, looking at it right now, I watch the Tigers every damn day. That fucking bullpen scares me. So, we shall see. I don't see a collapse where they don't make the playoffs, but as of I see it, I don't see a deep run.
Yeah, man. You think Tigers are back on track?
No, and let me say something. I actually agree with Rich on the the pitching point. I think that's a measure of greatness, really, with any sport, man. When you don't really have it, when you don't have your best to give on a certain night, are you able to dig deep and get the W? In the pros, especially, man, at the elite levels, you're not always going to have elite stuff. And I say this as a prize fighter myself. You're not going to always look dominant against everybody, and if you do, you're not fighting elite talent. Same thing with baseball, basketball, anything like that. These guys are world class as well. So I'll start with that. Scooble is, in my opinion, the best pitcher in baseball. I'd say Paul Skeens is a very, very close second. And Jake DeGrom, that light. But I will say this. Y'all remember what I said a couple months ago when y'all had me on? All right? We said we'll revisit this in August. And everybody, what did I tell you, man? What did I tell you, Bandit? Everything I said was rock solid. Everybody was extremely highly confident there on that panel. The Tigers are this, the Tigers are that, etc. They're elite, they're this. And I was like, all right, we'll revisit this in August. And 2 things happen. When the warm weather affects the entire nation, when the spring, everybody gets used to it. When the nation starts to unthaw a little bit, etc. And then we'll see how consistent we are. Come August, several teams have caught up to us or eclipsed us. And I go to what Rich point is about that bullpen, man. The issue is I agree with him that bullpen scares me. The bullpen, in terms of talent, is the best thing you have to offer. That's the best thing you have to offer. We can't hit. We got outscored by the worst team in baseball. And a large part of the reason why the bullpen is eroding so much, the Tigers are not offering run support to these guys. Not on a consistent basis. And if they do, it's against subpar teams. Javi Baez. Now, look, before I get into how I feel about Baez, because you guys on the panel know how I feel about him, but before I get to it, hey, me and Rich agree. Look, I'm not big on Baez, but hey, brother, I'll agree that, look, we always get screwed over. We get the short end of the stick. when it comes to All-Star appearances, Pro Bowls, All-Star games, etc. So we see guys that we have guys on our sports teams that we're clearly more talented. We clearly have better years. We get screwed over. So Baez sneaking in there, hey man, I'm not going to complain about it. But that's one of the worst All-Stars I've ever seen. That guy's not elite. He's not. Baez is not elite, man. And by what metric is he? Baez is not elite. Where is this elite hitting coming from? We're not giving Tariq Skubal run support. We're not giving the rest of our open run support. And then it shows because we're relying on sideline performances by these guys. And as Rich said, dude, you're not going to always get that. This is the big leagues, man. These are pro hitters. And so Tariq cannot always go out there and pitch a no-hitter. No pitcher can do that. Baez can always go out there and give you that stuff. Then we have to go ahead and trade for 3 or 4 ERA guys. Yeah, we traded for 4 plus ERA guys because our bullpen is so depleted because those guys are getting injured because they're pitching too many innings because we don't hit, man. I said this 2 months ago. I said, well, let's revisit this in August. Did I say that, Bandit? But here we are now. Exactly. Now the confidence that we had in this team, right? Now we have to come back down to earth. I'm with Rich. I don't think we necessarily, like I said from the very beginning, collapse to the point of, we're not going to make the playoffs. So with the possibility we will see. But I believe first round is our ceiling. Because I think by the time, because here's the issue with that. This is what we get and here's where you can't blame anybody but ownership, right? You have to give Hinch the ability to go out there and get top flight guys, man. And it's not a matter of getting outbid. We don't even try to bid. This is the penalty for not getting elite talent because now you have to rely, particularly with your bullpen, man. The bullpen is the most fragile area of any baseball team because it involves that arm. That arm's got to stay healthy. That shoulder's got to stay healthy all year long. And so it's what happens when we can't give these guys consistent run support. It was asinine to ever think our bullpen was going to carry us to a potential pennant or a deep playoff run. That just doesn't happen. You have to give these guys run support. Third base, we already know about that. We don't have to talk about it. And we're winning series against who? When we had that, when me and Drew stopped in, was this a couple weeks ago on that via Facebook, man. Drew was correct. As of that game, we were sub 500 against 500 teams the last 50 games. And guess what? We're still sub 500 the last 54 games. Okay. By 2 games, granted, that's fine. We're still sub 500. Now, I think we might have pulled even, etc., with this last couple series. But, dude, that's not good enough baseball. We're playing essentially 500 to sub 500 ball consistently against bad teams. And like I said, we got outscored by the worst team in baseball. And eventually, how long do we think Tariq's arm is going to last? How long do we think Mize's arm is going to last? And then the guys we got are not top flight guys, man. Those are all depth guys. I like Paddock a little bit, but come on, man. That's not a world beater. So, yeah, I think the ceiling on this team, especially as long as we continue this formula, overrating guys that we have. Like, for instance, I look at no, I'm not going to do him like that. I was about to make a comparison with Baez, but I'm not going to do him like that. I actually even think that one was I was about to say crossing the line of disrespect. So I ain't going to do him like that. But I don't believe that's a real all-star. At all. So, yeah, no, man, I don't think we're back on track. I think we'll do what we've been doing. We'll get enough wins against scrubs, get the occasional solid game against, real teams. I think when we do beat real teams, in fact, I know when we do beat real teams, it's our bullpen that beat those teams because we certainly can't outscore them. And then when we lose, it's going to be because we can't outscore them. So I think we'll play slightly above when it's all said and done at the end of the regular season. I think what the Tigers would have done is played enough above 500 ball against the bad teams to get us in there. And I think our ceiling is first round. But pennant, this team's come on, man. This is not a champion. This team's not a champion. Not at all. Said it back. Well, I told you 2 months ago, man. 2 months ago. Remember how confident brothers were on the panel.
I'm still confident.
Yeah, I'm still confident. We still got the third best record. We got a better record than the Dodgers.
I don't care nothing about the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers, at the end of the day, that talent's going to win out. That's all, and I'll make that declaration here again. We'll revisit this in another 2 months. At the end of the day, that talent's going to win out. And this is why, as I said, we can't continue to cut corners. And that's nobody's fault that's not an owner on this team. Okay? That's nobody's fault. Eventually, it's going to come to fruition. This is the thing, man. We have injury issues like this because we don't have enough balance of talent. And we have to overtax, particularly our bullpen, to keep us around. And eventually, our bullpen begins to fall apart. Guys start to get hurt because they're overtaxed. It's not enough. Everybody on every level keeping their weight. We always have glaring holes, man. And I mean, and look, like I said, only a few teams you could even label in terms of stacking talent as close to perfect. But brother, when we have holes, they're glaring ones, they're gaping ones, as we do this year again. Who is DaeDae?
DaeDae.
Tiger said, oh, I was about to say. I know DaeDae, but I'm like, bro, DaeDae not even on the panel. DaeDae wild for that.
Yeah, he just mad because the Braves suck.
This is what I'm saying, dog. This is what I'm saying. So, right. And so we'll get the occasional solid game, etc. against a solid team. Then we'll go right back to doing what we were doing, man. And that's going to be the formula. That's what it is, man. That's the talent that we have. And you cannot continue to cut corners. This is that ownership, not our general manager. I think we have the best general manager in baseball. What he's been able to do with the restricted budget that he has, I think we have the best general manager in baseball. But until we really open up that pocketbook and get some actual elite hitting here, this is what you're going to see. So I think I think we get into the playoffs. But like I said, 2 months ago, man, this team being hey, bro, that third best record, fool's gold. That's the way I look at it.
As long as they can take it to the pawn shop and get something for it, I don't care.
I don't think we can't get to a acronym chip, man. I know about that, man. Not a conference champion or not. No, that's not this team. Sorry.
I appreciate the 185 people that's watching, man. You gotta do us a favor, man. Please hit that subscribe button. Before we get into the next topic, I'm gonna get you a comment real quick. He said, I think the Tigers should face the Astros in the playoffs because we'll beat them. Because we beat them last.
That was last year, my friend.
Rich, anything your thoughts about that? You're playing the Astros again in the first round?
I mean, I'm never gonna shy away from good teams, man. You want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
You got to beat the best, yeah.
I'm never gonna shy.
That's what we play. That's what we play.
All right, if y'all think the Tigers talk was real here, this next talk is really about to be about it because I know Rich been waiting for this all day. NCAA. Woo! The NCAA, man. They put the hammer down in Michigan, man. What they do? Suspend Harbaugh for what? For the rest of it?
10 years.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you start off with the whole.
No, you want me to start off? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This wasn't a hammer. It was a duster. That's what this was. This is not a real. It's what it was, man. This is the best the NCAA could do against Michigan, and everybody knows me. Who knows? There's no homer in my blood. I keep it a bean. I don't care if it's my team, etc. And I don't care about the heat. I get from the other fandoms or other members of the fandom for calling out certain guys. Like you guys know how I stay on Jaden Ivey's head because I don't think he's that good of a player. But the rest of the Pistons brass wants to act like he's the next coming of Wade. Same thing with Michigan. I keep it real. But this right here, guys, this was not a real sanction, man. So let's start off with the 10-year. Let's start with the 10-year ban on Jim Harbaugh. So you're banning a guy that was never coming back to college football anyway. Who cares? That's like getting banned from a corner store you don't shop at. Like it doesn't matter. Sharon Moore gets a 2-game suspension. He gets to pick the 2 games against teams they're gonna roll anyways. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like these sanctions, nobody cares. It is what it is, man. We didn't notice something. We didn't have any wins stripped away. Didn't have a chip stripped away, etc. You know what that tells me? But anytime where you have an NCAA investigation in college football, man, and you don't have wins taken away from you know what that tells me? You know what? I'm not gonna tell you what I think. You know what I know? It means it wasn't a real case to begin with. For anybody who wants to deny that, if you don't lose wins, championships, that was not a real sanction. This is the best we can do to somewhat appease the media narrative. That's all this was. So if you're a Michigan man, don't be mad at this. You won. You won. The chip's still yours. The wins are still yours, etc. Because they know what Michigan got used as the front man for. I wouldn't even say scapegoat, fall guy, or any of that. Front man for it was something that literally every coach everywhere does. Because you should. This is why you cover your mouth when you audible on the sideline. Because people can read your lips. They can take your play. If you show your hand in poker, they should be looking at your hand. If you're not looking at somebody's hand in poker, if they put it down on the table, you're stupid. So this is something that's been going on. It is what it is. And Michigan just uses the front man to create a media narrative. And the fact that the NCAA came to this, and think about this, Michigan is Michigan, but Michigan is not one of these SEC powerhouses. Michigan is not one of these oil-fueled SEC schools, man, that have been running the game for years. Now, are they? Michigan is not Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma.
Roll Tide.
So for any of those people talking about, the money, man, cut it out, bro. Michigan isn't one of those schools. The NCAA knew full well this is the best they could do. Ban a guy that's not coming back. Ban Connor Stallions. Who cares? Trust me, Connor ain't worried about it. He'll be all right. Who cares? You're banning guys who are no longer employees at Michigan and have moved on to better jobs. Who cares?
Rich, your thoughts, man.
Here we go. I've been waiting for my piece. First of all, Michigan is appealing this bullshit.
Well, they can.
So that's what tells you right there. And also, the NCAA contradicted themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They blamed Chris Partridge. He got fired. Guess what they said, NCAA? We don't find him that he knew or had anything to do with anything. So the guy lost his job for no damn reason.
Yep.
Harbaugh had no knowledge, they said, of what was going on. Oh, but you're going to suspend him? For what? If he had no knowledge, that's like me and Ed hanging out. Ed gets in trouble, and they get me conspiracy, but I knew nothing about with him.
Exactly.
Like how?
I just said, bro. We're not part of the SEC, oil force. This is what it is. But even that, right? See, cheat again, bought out the NCAA once again. And what do you mean, Steve? That Michigan State can't win? Cut it out.
All right, little brother. Sit down, little brother. Sit down, little brother. Don't drink your coffee.
Little bro State ain't about to win nothing. Little bro State can walk out with the other team's playbook and still lose, man. Cut it out.
This whole thing, and Sharon Moore, he can pick it. He get 2 games this year that he don't get to coach against fucking la and la do, and then he gets to pick a game next year, which will be against a la. Like, man, those ain't no fucking sanctions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they know it's not.
And 20 million, Michigan is worth 1.3 billion. Their football team. 20 million is like Jordan Lewis said. He said, "Man, that's nothing. That shit's in the damn change drawer." Man, come on.
We have a gentleman who's one of the top 5 richest men in the world as a booster for this university, bro. $20 million.
The same guy.
You can learn, brother. Steve, when has Michigan State won anything in football? When was the last time, man?
Just because you can beat Northwestern, Steve, don't mean y'all doing something.
Hey, Steve. Look, Steve. I just want you to hear a couple names, man. Brian Lewerke, Taylor O'Connor, Aiden Childs,
Connor Cook.
Oh shit,
brother! What do 3 of those guys have in common, Steve? They all work for the same organization now, Enterprise.
So like, this shit's a joke, man, and I'm loving it as a Michigan fan, watching a crash out from Michigan State and Ohio soft fans.
Man, here we go with these hot weeks. Man, listen, don't put y'all sanctions ain't got shit to do with me.
No. Y'all been all up in our business. Y'all don't want a national title. Y'all have a 5-star true quarterback, and y'all more worried about what the fuck we're doing.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, get on Twitter. Yeah, Buckeye Scoop and all them other bullshit. Justin Spiro. Man, all y'all.
I can't speak for no other man. I only can speak for myself. I ain't worried about Michigan.
Ohio State, Michigan State have one thing in common. Do you know what it is? Y'all have more fight after and before the game than you do during the game.
Oh my God.
Throwing helmets at us in the tunnel, jumping us, get mad because we plant the flag. Man, we fight during the whistle, during that 60 minutes.
Remember, Jack, your season's over. Lewerke, Michigan Panthers legend, exactly. Now, Lewerke, grocery store legend.
The Michigan Panthers don't even exist anymore.
No, Lewerke had to go play for the Panthers and then had to pick up his shift working security.
But this is what I want to focus on. We beat Ohio State 4 years. No, actually, before I go, we beat Penn State by running the ball 32 times in a row, and they couldn't stop it. Football is a mano sport. You still have to stop it. Calvin Johnson, they used to treat him like it was a punt return. Have 2 guys on him, 3 guys, 4 guys. He still caught the ball. Football, I don't give a fuck. Even Deion Sanders said it. He said if it's baseball and I know a curveball's coming, that shit's going in the top deck. Football, I still have to beat the man in front of me.
Yes, sir.
Versus Penn State, we ran the ball 32 straight times. They couldn't stop us. Ohio State, last year, we had Davis the fucking Warren with a damn forward pass shut off.
Exactly.
16 for 62 yards and 2 picks. We ran the ball 42 times and we won because y'all couldn't stop us. We beat Alabama our next game running the ball. We couldn't get stopped. Our men are stronger and better, and you can't stop it. So y'all want the NCAA to stop us. You know what? How did that work out? Go Blue. 5 in a row coming up.
Got me fucked. Y'all losing this year, bro. This year, bro.
Rich is coming with the vigor and he's coming with the intensity.
Rich's demons is coming out. He's been waiting all day.
Rich, man, your face is red and you're losing hair follicles right now, dog.
Yeah, like Rich.
I've been sitting back. Now I got my dang cord. Boom! Hammer that, motherfuckers.
Hey, he came serious. He got the Jeff Garcia jersey on. He came serious.
Yeah. That's a real fan. He's got a Jeff Garcia jersey. I didn't know those still existed.
Jeff Garcia today. He ain't playing. You feel me? I don't give a fuck what y'all say about none of that. My team's still national championship. You feel me? Tell them. At the end of the day, who was it? We're the national champion. Steve-O, baby, you feel me?
I mean,
you feel me?
Steve, you didn't beat us for that.
You feel me?
You didn't beat us for that.
Yeah.
Because we won the Natty the year before, and we went 15
It don't
and
matter.
Y'all motherfuckers.
It
Y'all
don't matter the
beat
year
us.
before. Who won the national champion this year? Who will be the national champion?
Anyone's got a
Run it back.
trophy.
Run it back.
Y'all motherfuckers, because y'all can't beat us.
You all right, y'all?
This is why.
Ohio soft.
Listen.
I'm glad.
That toilet paper.
I'm just glad Ryan Day's still alive, man.
Hit that subscribe button, bro. Y'all ain't gonna get this content nowhere else.
This player's crashing out, and he's standing there looking stupid. Oh, what did I do? I lost again. Jackson getting pissed off, and he's just standing there. You got fucking Connor Stanley's in turn, motherfucker, trying to calm him down. You ain't playing the flag on her bill, bro. You ain't playing the flag on her bill, bro. Like Mason Graham said, Ohio State pussy. Ohio State pussy. 4-0.
You all right, Rick?
Oh, shit.
You still my boy, Bandit.
Hey, man, give that Richie the Gatorade, man. He lost some electrolytes in that last one. I told you. Man.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
All right, everybody already know about Z's girlfriend, you feel me, leaving him and everything. He did the post with the dude walking out the door saying single.
Who cares?
You feel me? Crash out, bro. He crashing out, ain't he, bro? For real. We're gonna have to give him a GoFundMe because we don't know. They might have put him in the psych ward after this episode. But anyways, man.
Hey, Steve, put the helmet down. Don't hit us in the tunnel after we beat your ass again.
But Brad Holmes went on 109 the ticket or wherever it was, and he talked about the possibility of bringing Zadarius Smith back to the Detroit Lions.
Zadarius Smith, not an elite edge, right? I know that was a different conversation. Zadarius is still out there. Is there interest on your side?
Yeah, look, Zadarius did a lot of good things last year for us, and we said we're going to keep in contact with his agent. But, it's not – everything's not just one-sided. Zadarius has expectations. The team has expectations. So sometimes it takes a while for those things to get on the same page, especially a guy, that's been in the league as long as he has. I'm sure that, I'm not saying that he doesn't want to be in training camp, but, if he misses some time. So, there's obviously still interest there. And, we've been keeping in touch.
So is he coming back? Is he done? I don't know. Rich, man, like, what's going on? Are we re-signing him? Like, is he gone? Is he here to stay? What's going on, man? He don't want to do OTAs. Should we sign Zadarius Smith back, man?
I don't think he comes back unless, for one, it ain't going to be till after camp. Two,
Week 8? Midway through the season?
It all depends if we have injuries or whatever, but I just don't. I think they're happy with who they got.
Yeah, man. Are we signing Zadarius back, man, or not?
No. 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 I'm not going to even expound on this, man. No.
All right, he said no. All right, well, I got another question for y'all, man. He's having a horrible preseason. Horrible, man. Like, you're supposed to be our future backup quarterback. He's supposed to take over from when Goff left off, man.
Wait, what did you just say?
He was supposed to take over after
No. What you said before that. You said you used the terminology which I've never heard in my almost 40 years on Earth of future backup quarterback. What the hell is that?
Hey, he been fighting for a backup role for the last 2 years, especially when they had to go call my boy Teddy Bridgewater off the street come playoff game from me. So could you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back now.
You hear me?
What you say, Ross? Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I was saying, could this be the end of we seeing Hendon Hooker in Detroit?
I said, I could not hear that. Go ahead, speak again, please. Can you guys hear me?
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right. I said,
Yeah, I can hear you now.
pop up on here. I said, could this be the end that we see Hendon Hooker in a Detroit uniform after this preseason?
Yeah, I mean, you might not, man. I mean, and my thing is, who cares? He's a backup quarterback. Like, he was never going to start. Remember, dude. Let me say this, man. When my connection's starting to mess up, so if you guys lose me, this is what I've been saying in other sports. If you guys watch us on the D313XP, what is wrong? What's up with Detroit sports fans' obsession with bums? But seriously, man, we're always obsessed with a bum. He's a backup quarterback. Who cares? He was never going to start here over Jared Goff. There's always this obsession with some subpar guy who's got to have some kind of BS underdog story. That's why so many people like Jaden Ivey and Marcus Sasser, the latter of which never played. Hendon Hooker is the Marcus Sasser of the Lions, man. He never plays. It's because he's not good enough to play. These are the same people talking about, man, Sasser, he could be great. Brother, if he was good enough to play, he would play. Why do we care so much about a backup quarterback? Who cares if he's not good enough? Who cares if Goff's backup, who's never going to play, stinks up the joint in the preseason? Who cares?
Steve, they've been on fire tonight, bro.
They've
been on fire.
They've been scorching.
Man.
They like Cade, they sizzling.
Man. I'm sizzling.
You know who's not sizzling? You know who's not sizzling?
Who?
Little brother.
Oh, don't worry, my young Richard lad. We're gonna get better this season. Yes.
We shall see.
We gonna see. We gonna
Rich,
see.
man, same question, man. Is it just freezes in the last we see of Hendon Hooker in the Detroit uniform?
Man, he's the total opposite of Manu. Manu's not a practice player, but he's been playing solid in games. Hendon Hooker is does good in practice, but then his eyes get big in the games, and he fumbles the ball, turns the ball over, and that's why he got pulled last game because he was supposed to play the whole first half. But people want to always attack me and act like I'm a fucking idiot and don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Last year, playoffs started, and we Bridgewater, who was holding a fucking clipboard and had damn headset on in with a bunch of high school kids. I said, my question was to a group I'm in, Lions group, do you think this means that Hendon Hooker is now not the backup? Oh no, Teddy's just signed to help in the quarterback room and hold Hendon Hooker's Gatorade and blah blah blah. Then, my friends, what happened when the playoffs started? Who was in
Teddy
uniform
B.
and who was holding the Gatorade?
They called Teddy B.
The guy who
Teddy Pendergrass
all year. So that told me everything I needed to know. They didn't trust the guy. Sometimes actions speak louder than words, fellas. You don't need a coach to come out and say, no, we don't trust him. That showed you right there they didn't trust him. But I truly believe the backup quarterback is not on this roster right now.
I was going to get into that. But Steve, we're going to be at the game tomorrow, bro.
For sure.
You see this? You think it's going to be the end of we see Hendon Hooker, man, after this preseason, man?
No. I think he's still going to be on this team. I think he's just going to be a backup. And nothing wrong with being a backup. You know what I'm saying? Look, if God forbid Goff get hurt, but then we really going to see a backup. But we just hoping Goff just don't get hurt. But I don't think it's going to be the last time we see Hendon Hooker. I think he's pretty much going to be here probably for the next couple years. And then he's probably going to be like, I got to go somewhere else. I got to, see what else I can do. But it's going to eventually get to him to say, hey, I'm not playing. I need to go somewhere else. He might go somewhere like Indy because, they always need a quarterback. So, he'll probably be better than Anthony Richardson. But, it is what it is. But that's always a team that needs a quarterback. So the next couple of years, he'll still be with the team. But he's just going to be a backup. And we just got to be, happy with that.
Hey, man, shout out to Steve-O, baby, man. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button, man. If y'all can do the same, man, the 237 people that's watching, man, please do us a favor and go over to Detroit Fan Report on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Ed, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Hey, man, don't be on here with that whole skull shit. No, shout out to my boy Skull Printer, man. You feel me?
Skull.
We'll be doing the pregame, post-game show.
Skull.
We ain't doing that, but yeah, shout out to them, man. You feel me? Check up that Vikings YouTube page, man. All right, next topic we're gonna talk about, man. Somebody who's been shining, man. This preseason. Oh, my bad. That's next topic. Rocky coming off injury, man. Y'all think you can challenge Craig Reynolds for that third playoff spot in these last final two preseason games? Start with you, Rich.
No.
Don't even call on me because I agree.
And, if you want a reason, one, Craig Reynolds has always stepped up and performed when his number's been called. Also, John Morton likes him. If you go look when John Morton was here, when we were in, what the hell is that? You know how they go follow the camps or whatever, you know what I'm saying? On Max, he was one of the first ones who opened his mouth and said, you can't cut Craig Reynolds. Now, I do think it's possible Aki gets a couple more looks this year, but that's it. I don't see him being put it this way, guys. If we have to depend on Vaki, our fucking season's over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. So, but yeah, he's gonna do what he's supposed to do. He's he's a special teamer, and he's still learning the running back position.
Yeah.
So, you got two great running backs in front of you that are great teachers. Tashard Choice seems like a good coach. him and Gibbs have kept in touch ever since. They were in college. And Gibbs, really loves Choice. So, I don't think it's a bad thing, right? So, I just think, he's just going to keep doing his thing, and hey, your time will come maybe one day. Just keep working hard.
Steve.
Well, I think you can always challenge for the third for a spot. I mean, I don't think he's going to overtake Craig Reynolds, but I think he could compete. It just depends on how he does the rest of his preseason. This should be his coming out party on his versatility, not only just as a running back, but special teams, and if he plays defense, he just have to show his versatility. That if he can't make it as a running back, he can make it somewhere else. So I think he's pretty much just auditioning for his job, and not only just for just for the Lions, but another team might look at him and be like, "Hey, we could use a guy like that." So it's always going to be other teams that's going to be watching, for him, but I don't think he's going to overtake Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds is he's an important piece of his team. I mean, who would have thought that the Lions would have good depth in a running back position? That's never would have thought that a few years ago. But now we have the luxurious fate in that. So I love it, but I've always I like the competition of it though. But there's always a chance. I just don't think he's gonna overtake Craig Reynolds for that third spot. I don't think so.
Speaking of a man who's took his strides and been fighting for a spot and upgraded himself, and I'm gonna let Jared Goff speak on him, and then we're gonna talk about what my next.
He's done great. He really has, and I think again for him, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, you could kind of see the light bulb go off a little bit, where the speed of the game he started to catch up with, and he started to understand the physicality it takes, and yeah, he certainly has a chance to have a role in our offense, and has done a great job getting better really every day.
If you don't know who he's talking about that boy Tesla, man. This man showed up and kept doing his thing. And my question is, do y'all see him taking the number 3 wide receiver spot? I'm gonna start with you, Ed.
Yeah, that's what they drafted him for. They didn't draft the kid just to be a bench piece. That kid is really talented. He's heavily scouted. Somebody Brad Holmes had been wanting for a while. So yeah, definitely. I definitely think he not only has the talent to do it, but will do it, whether it's, it takes a few games or whatnot. That's what they want him for, and they believe in his long-term potential. So absolutely. Kid is very, very talented. Very talented.
Steve.
I think he can. Just the same as I was saying about Vaki, man. It just he got to overtake Tim Patrick and Raymond, and if he can do that, he definitely can do that. Even especially in the end zone, we could use him for his size to just use his height to catch the ball. So I think he can. I can definitely see him taking that number 3 spot, like Ed was saying. That's why we got him, and I think he's gonna have a good season this year too. He's got a lot to prove.
Better get off his ass and play tomorrow's preseason game.
Oh yeah, he gonna have to, because there's some flashes that he did some things last year, so he got to get back into that form.
We're gonna be looking at a battle tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie, man. But
you know what though, Bandit? It's good to have that when it comes to games like that, because like I said, the depth chart. It's good to have that. Good to have a competition like that. So we fortunate to have that.
We're gonna be fortunate to watch it too. Rich, your thoughts on this, man?
This year, no.
Ooh.
But I do think he has a good chance of taking Raymond's number 4 spot this year. I did hear that Tesla does like to block, and he blocked, which is very important in this offense.
Yes,
if you don't block, you're not getting a rock. Amon-Ra's a good blocker. J-Mo's a good blocker.
He been showing.
Tim Patrick is a good blocker. You know, so your top 3 receivers can block.
J-Mo.
I mean, let's be honest. Before J-Mo got, one of the reasons why J-Mo won his way back up the depth chart was his blocking.
We're going to talk about him next. We're going to talk about J-Mo.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you can't block, you're not playing on this team. Period. And this team tends to like their veterans, especially if the veterans are ahead of the young guys. I know there's, like Tate Rutledge, he's got a spot or whatever. But I mean, it was like last year with Mahogany, right? When, Glasgow was struggling. They never benched Glasgow in favor of him. So they really make their rookies earn what they get. You know what I mean? I mean, you could always be like Brian Branch, right? He was so good his rookie year, they had to put him out there to start him. So, but, if he ends up number 4 this year, like, that's not a bad deal. Like, the thing when you, like, because you're the number 3, number 4 receiver on this team, let's put that in perspective, right? You're really not, because you got Monty, you got Gibbs, you got J-Mo, you got Saint, you got
Laporta.
Hell, Brock Wright even gets a cookie now and then, right? So, like, that's a lot of balls to go around. Tim Pat. So when you're down on that depth chart in the 3 and 4, there's not a whole lot out there for you. And it's not that you suck. It's just you got better guys ahead of you. And that's fine. This is professional sports, like Ed said. Even the great ones, you're going to struggle at times because you're going against they get paid just like you do. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's been like that to the end of time, right? Like, that's just how that was like one day I looked at a statistic, what Tony Gwynn did against John Smoltz, Greg Maddox, and I think it was like Pedro Martinez. Like, the dude don't strike out. Like, these guys are some of the best in their position, and he just dominated them. He's a fucking good hitter. I mean, that's just what it is. When you're good too, you're not gonna win all your matchups, no matter what the sport is, right? That's like in camp right now with Aiden Hutchinson and Sewell. Sewell, a lot of people consider top 1 or top 2 tackle in the game, right? Do you think he's winning every rep against Hutch? No. Does that mean Sewell sucks? No. Does that mean Sewell needs to be replaced? No. He's just going against a good talent as well. But that's the thing that I like about this Lions team is there's so much talent. They make all each other better, right? Even our receivers. You're going against DJ Reed. You're going against Terran Arnold. You're going against, if not the best, one of the best safety duels. If you're a lineman, you're going against a DJ Reader. You're going against Hutchinson and Davenport. Say what you want about Davenport. That kid has talent. Talent is not the reason why his career's been up and down. It's been injuries. There's a difference.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't available to play, we ain't gonna know about it.
So I mean, it's just, but so I think that's a good thing. So then when you go against fresh blood like they did Miami looked like the Michigan fucking Panthers versus us from everything I've been told. Am I right, Steve?
Yeah, you're right.
On both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So I think he's going to have a good career ahead of him, and like Ed said, Brad really wanted him. We were not the only team that wanted him. That's what differentiates Brad and this organization is they don't only scout for themselves, they scout other teams. And, you know, listen to the little birdies, Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell. These were Tyleek Williams. These were all got Tesla, all guys that other teams wanted right in front of him, and he went and got them. J-Mo was another one. That's the thing about this organization. If they want a player, they fall in love with them. They don't give a damn if he's got a 60th overall rating. They're going to get him. Mm-hmm. They'll go get him at 40 or 50 or whatever. They don't give a damn. There's certain things that they look at, and if you fit that mold, they're going to go get you. That's why I always laugh at Detroit fans, you know, like Christian Wilkins. Oh, let's go get him. He don't even fit. Like, could you imagine him slapping booties and kissing Aiden Hutchinson and DJ in the locker room?
Kissing foreheads and stuff. Like, come on, man.
Imagine him going, that shit ain't going to cut it. You know, but that's why culture is so important. You know, your coach is, you know, he's the chief. But really, if you listen to these players, if you got the right players in the right locker room, they coach themselves, or not coach themselves, they police themselves. The coach is not the babysitter. You know, that's what Amon-Ra and Hutch and Sewell and DJ, that's what they do. They make sure everybody falls in line. They make sure everyone practices the way they should. They make sure everyone follows all the curfews. That's why you have good leaders, and that's why you surround yourself. That's why it's so important to who you bring in. And they're never going to bring in anyone that rocks the boat. The one person that was close to rocking that boat, they loved him so much that they kept pouring into him. And it looks like he's finally fucking got it. But he never was a Jordan Addison or a Rasheed Rice or, you know, these other knuckleheads. But he was borderline.
Who are you talking about?
I know who I'm talking about.
Who?
J-Mo.
J-Mo.
No. All right. I'm glad you said something about J-Mo, because that's how we're going to end today's topic, Robert. Because this is a person, like you said, he was getting so bad because he was injured. So bad because he got caught with a gun with the legal way. So bad because he was standing back, coming out in there in the morning. You feel me? But the kid ain't got in no trouble all year. And you know why he ain't got in no trouble all year? Because that boy been focusing on his grind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you.
I think I had one more this day, dude. There's a sling right here. He's soft though. He playing soft, like soft press. I'm trying to close. I really missed his hand though. I gotta get those. Oh, I missed his hand. You see right here. I missed that motherfucker. He was trying to throw. Oh. He just standing his ground. Now it's just a fight to the ball. I gotta catch that bitch. I ain't gonna lie, I like this route though. He playing soft press, I close cushion. I just gotta get that hand down right there, bro. I get that hand down, it's up. I might take this bitch 60. Ooh. I need those. He on it though. He ain't gonna lie, he on it. He got his hand right through that bitch.
J-Mo, in that weight room, you feel me? In your study, you got J-Mo have a big season. Ain't been in no trouble. Get a kid credit when a kid gets credit. You feel me? You always talk about when him down. But when you're doing something good, you gotta give him high praise too. So shout out for J-Mo being in that film room, working on your craft, doing what you gotta do. And if, Rich, you said you didn't see where that was from, man. It's right there. It's J-Mo's season vlog, the route tree. You go on YouTube, you can find it right there, bro. You feel me? It got all this stuff he's been doing this whole offseason. I ran across it last night, and I was like, made me look at J-Mo a little bit different. You feel me? J-Mo gonna do big things this year, man. But since you want to talk about his downfall, let's talk about the stuff that he haven't got in trouble. We ain't heard no name of J-Mo in the news or no bash publicity. Nope. Everything been good coming out of camp. So get a man his flowers. Agree?
So,
Hold on.
Oh, I agree, man. And it's so this. So I mean, he had a good year last year, right? And things started, with him. It was always, the thing I respect about Dan is he's not going to bullshit you, but the way he says things, it motivates his players. He's not going to down them. It's just his words, right? Like, yeah, we just need J-Mo to, stack practices. We need, he says that about a lot of, he's not dissing them. He's just telling them, but the players know that he loves them. That's why Dan gets the most out of his players, but this is the key for me from J-Mo. One, and I always said it, even before last year, when that man was struggling with injuries and the little bit of chitter chatter and, not getting the ball and drops, like there was different things. Like let's not act like this kid was perfect.
We ain't saying he was perfect.
He had some hiccups, but where I always gave him credit is he never cried, bitched, and moaned in the media. He never gave up on his team, but they never gave up on him either. He always blocked.
Like a man.
And that's what got him. That's what got him back in.
Because he a man.
But this is the key. One, I think Ben Johnson held him back.
Because he ain't that man.
Why do I say that?
Because he pussy.
Because he wasn't letting him open his route tree. I always said, if you watch J-Mo at Alabama, he did more than just 9 routes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to so it seems like John Morton is willing to J-Mo's one of those guys, he's like Gibbs. You just got to put the ball in his hands because he's a playmaker. We have 2 playmakers on this offense, and that's Gibbs and J-Mo. What's a playmaker, you might add? Or you might add? A playmaker is a guy who can score a touchdown on any play.
Any given play.
Any given play. I love St. Brown. He's an all-pro. Great player. But he's not a touchdown waiting to happen. He can score touchdowns, but you get what I'm saying, fellas? Like, that's why I like seeing these comeback routes and everything, because that's dangerous, because everyone's always going to be scared that he's going to run past them, and then, now I got you in a phone booth, one-on-one out here. But so I believe Ben Johnson held him back. I liked that he was working out this summer with St. Brown, Tim Patrick, and Goff. So that means him and Goff are going to get more. And then you're being around positive guys too, right? That's leadership that I was telling you about, right? Because, I get so tired of everyone calling St. Brown corny and everything. If corny means I stay out of trouble, I make all pros, and I freaking I'm a good leader and I make my team better, fucking I'm all for corny. Sign me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't listen to Sada Baby and
whoa, wait, pause. Wait a minute, wait. Don't Sada Baby in it. Don't throw Sada Baby in it. Sada, we know you over here, God. That's my dude, you feel me?
I listen to Sada Baby too. Let me make my point. Just because you don't act like a thug all the time don't mean shit. He does his job. He does exactly what he's supposed to, and he's a good leader. Who gives a fuck what he does? Who gives a shit? If he wants to act white, so fucking be it. His mother's white. He speaks fucking German. Who gives a shit?
We don't know no German in there.
You know, I get so
I mean,
tired.
my thing is, what does the term "act white" even mean? And I'm not saying you're implying that. I'm not saying you're implying that, Rich. But I asked that to low IQ Negroes who would repeat that sentiment.
Where that
What does that
going?
even
Take
mean?
it.
What does that
Run
even
down
mean?
the room.
What does it mean, man?
I didn't get fucking allowance this week. This is bullshit.
Like, cause I'm just
Let him
saying,
take
though,
your
man.
car.
If Rich, watch this though, man. But I don't want to expose that real quick, and I'm glad Rich brought that up. If a guy like Rich says something like that, right, they'll accuse Rich of being a racist. But when you get these brothers that sit up there and sisters that'll pin that on a young man or a young woman who can speak eloquently, then what are we saying about ourselves? And Rich is correct. 'Cause I've heard this said of Amon-Ra St. Brown by so-called, Lions fans. But, they tend to fit the description of what I just named.
Got 4 kids and don't take care of them.
See, that's what I love, Ed. I can set Ed up and he'll fucking take it, man. Because I can't always say it. But I leave
Even
it
after all that. You got you gonna have somebody talking like Carl Anthony Towns in a minute. Even after all of that, I know, right?
But and then just to see what he's doing, like, owning his craft, and it seems like he's opened up more too. Like, you could tell he was like shy before, but now and this is what I always have said. I don't give a damn where you were drafted. Not everyone develops at the same time. Some players take time, and that's fucking okay. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone is the same. Just like if you start a job, not everyone's going to pick up said job as fast. I might not pick it up as fast as Steve. Steve might not pick it up as fast as me. Does that mean Steve will never be better than me? No. That just means he takes more time. Who gives a fuck? Everyone's different.
Yep. That's true.
But just because you don't pick it up in year 1 or 2, that don't mean you're a bust. Now, if 5-6 years go by, okay, then now we can start having a conversation. I mean, Anzalone, when we got him, he wasn't this player now that he was in New Orleans.
He was a rotated player.
Zach Bond was a special teams player in New Orleans. Oh, now he just went and had an all-pro year. So, I mean, there's different things of why players don't, pop right off the screen. It could be situation, who they're behind, how they're being used, or maybe they're just, terminology. There's different things, right? Like, so, I think it's crazy how there's always got to be timelines and like pressure to do. Hey, if it takes them a couple years to become a great player or a good player, so be it. Especially when and that's why I think also how and this is, all sports is how players can become busts, is when you go to a team and you're expected to be the ace right away, the top player, but you're not ready. So now the pressure comes on you. We see that a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at Sam Darnold. Look at Baker Mayfield. Oh, and then they get put in good situations, and now look. Now the book is still open on Sam Darnold because you only have one good year. Let's see what you do. Baker Mayfield is starting to stack seasons in Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all I'm saying, fellas, man. Just, everyone just, there's different reasons why a player might not pan out. Not everyone is Jamarcus Russell and just so fucking lazy and don't want to study him.
Every Bennett.
And better his craft. You know what I mean? Hey, Jamarcus, What did you notice on that tape? Oh, I noticed covers. Oh, really? There was nothing on the tape, you dumb fuck.
Still got paid, though.
Still got paid.
Yeah.
Still got paid.
Now what's he doing? Eating fucking cupcakes and honey buns.
And he still got paid.
Right.
I appreciate the 250 people that's watching, man. Do us a favor, man. Go to YouTube, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. I promise you, man, you'll never be contacted nowhere else, man. Other than like you're over here, you feel me? It's the part of the show where we let everybody know where they can find you at.
Hey, let them speak on J-Mo, bro.
You did.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Steve didn't get to speak on him.
Well, I'll speak on it real quick.
Go ahead, my bad, man.
No, it's all good. No, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it quick though. See, I just, and this is the healthiest he's been all year. So this is the first time that he's actually is gonna play week 1 of a season. So this is gonna be interesting to see, with J-Mo. I think he's gonna have a good year, but he's gonna everybody else gonna play better as well. He just gonna take the tone. I think he's gonna have a good season. I think everybody else. I can't wait for this season to start, man. To be honest, I mean for the actual regular season to start. But I think he's gonna have a good season. He's gonna play week 1, so I can't wait. But it's his speed, him getting bigger, his blocking. He's focused now. He ain't, just hanging around the wrong people and going to Coney Islands at night every night and all that, getting them gyros and all that.
Hungry, bro.
Hey.
We hungry, we leave at 4 o'clock, midnight lunches.
For sure. For sure.
Hey,
For
it's
sure.
called DoorDash.
Some people, they just want to hang out in the city, man.
We just like to ride.
Yeah. Go to the Piston games every now and then too. So, it is what it is.
We ain't used to it. Everybody can't go to every sports event.
Oh no, I'm talking about J-Mo. J-Mo be at them Piston games too.
You be right next to him. We already know.
Oh,
yeah, he's been at the Tigers games. He's been at the Red Wings games.
Man, hey, I love my sports, man. I can't
I'm
help
talking
it.
about J-Mo.
Yeah. He be right there too. Look.
Hey, Bandit,
Man.
you can't hide money.
Like what he said?
No, you can hide money.
I can smell a motherfucker with money.
No, you can hide money. It's just
Not when you're at 3 different sporting events in one day. And then an autograph signing the next day.
Hey, man, listen. It happens, man. The luck of the draw, man. It's luck. All luck.
Hey, man, I'll get your thoughts on J-Mo, man, before we head out here, man.
Now, I mean, I just think it's going to be a good year, man. I'm excited for football. I'm excited for the Lions. I'm excited for Michigan football. It seems like Bryce Underwood. He's that dude. He's gonna be our quarterback, freshman. I believe in our defense. We got a really good defense. You can't deny that. I mean, that's how we ended up with a over 500 record last year. But yeah, I'm excited about the line. I'm excited about the Lions defense. I think if these guys are healthy, I think easily a top 5, top 10 defense. You know what I'm saying? But, I think our secondary improved. I've liked what I've heard from Terry and Arnold in camp. It seems like they say, he's reading, reacting better. I think DJ Reed is a upgrade over CD. I'm looking for Brian Branch. I think there's another level in his game. We've seen it. We've seen flashes. But like the end of last year, I think he was injured. because he was a totally different player. Hutch, I think I'm going to come out and say it, because I've literally watched Hutch since his freshman year in college. I have seen his transformation from a defensive tackle who was a run stopper his freshman year. And then they popped him out to the outside, and he was an all right rusher, but he was still more of a run stopper. That was his game. And then his junior year, he got hurt. That was COVID year. He was starting to rush a little better. Then his senior year, he took up. So that's what I always said too, is Hutch is technically still learning to be an edge rusher. Like as far as like the the sacks, that wasn't always his game. He was a run stopper and that's why he's still a good run stopper this year, right? So that was another thing. If you notice, when he got injured last year, our run defense suffered as well. He's just as important as a run game as he is in the pass rush. All that, because even Davenport was playing well before he got injured last year.
Right.
DJ Reader, you got a healthy DJ Reader. He wasn't healthy at the beginning of the year last year. Like that matters, guys, when guys don't have to when they can actually train and get better and not have to rehab in the off season.
Yeah, we got to get Lee McNeil back too. We definitely got to get him back.
That boy Williams gonna be just fine in the interior. Let him lean, come back fully healed. Williams gonna hold it down. Trust me. That boy
for sure.
That boy's gonna hold it down.
Hey, it seems like and I like he gets to work with DJ Reader.
Right.
That's a great guy to learn from. I like that one play last week where he was getting double teamed and he dropped to one knee. That's smart, because that allowed Stewart, the linebacker, to free him up, and he got the tackle. Man, you either got that or you don't have it, right? Like that's a smart football play, but that's not something that goes on in the box score.
Mm-hmm.
It's ain't hockey. You're not getting assists,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But you still have. That's why when all these people say, DJ Reader was he didn't do nothing for us last year, he sucks, then you don't know what DJ Reader's job is. Because he actually had a career high in sacks last year. And he did didn't Jack Campbell have his best year? Didn't Jack Campbell improve?
Oh, yeah.
You don't think that has anything to do with DJ Reader?
Liam had his best year. Hutch was on a career year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Kirby Joseph had his best year.
That all them players matter, man. Like Gilbert Brown, if you guys remember him, he was a big fat defensive tackle for the Packers. He played with Reggie White.
Mm-hmm.
Great player. He did his job. Vince Wilfork, great player, did his job. Like. They're not going to have all the stats and everything. That's not their job. Their stats is to help everyone else. Like I like Stewart. I just mentioned Stewart. I think I wouldn't be surprised if he played himself into some playing time.
That's possible.
Like he's looking really good. Like I like his physicality, his grit, his speed. Like that's I like our linebacker room.
Hey, your thoughts on J-Mo before we head out of here?
All right, I already said it.
All right, appreciate Shoot 50 that's watching, man. Do us a favor. Go to YouTube. Subscribe to Detroit Fan Report. Every subscriber matters, you feel me? next week we will be giving out. I figured out how to do the draw on the Jersey show. I wasn't gonna do it this show, but I didn't know it was gonna be an hour and 35 minutes. Before we head out, I'm gonna let everybody know where they can find him at. Strong with Mr. Michigan himself, Rich. Let them know where they can find you at.
You can find me on X at Riggs928, and always hating on my little brother in Ohio Soft. Go Blue.
Let them know about the baseball show, man, tomorrow, man.
You can catch me, Chris. Are you gonna be on there, Steve?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on tomorrow.
And Steve, you can catch us on the Central Crown at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. That's the time zone I'm in. And we'll be breaking down what we see from the Tigers and this playoff run.
Steve, let them know where they can find you at.
New Breed 313 Sports, 313 The New Breed Real Talk, the Central Crown tomorrow. You might see me with some Tigers gear, might see me with some Guardians gear, might see me with another. You never know. Just represent the Central Crown. But y'all can find me there, all those platforms, all that, everywhere, in games in general too.
Oh no. Ed, man, appreciate you, man. Let them know where they find you at, Ed.
I occasionally make cameo appearances here.
He just here so he won't get fined.
Yep.
Oh shit. Man.
Appreciate you, Ed.
Yes, sir.
Ed got that knowledge for sure. All right, a couple promotions before we get out here. Wednesday, 10 o'clock, man. Make sure y'all catch LFR Live. That's with Sky and Tori, man. Every Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Tuesdays, week 1 of the NFL season, we will have revamped NFL weekly show. We got a couple old people back on. We got a couple new people. It's going to be a brand new show, so make sure y'all catch us. That's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. In 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We got to say, man, I'm your boy Bandit. You find me right here, Detroit Family Court. You know, we're here. With that said, man, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Enjoy our game. And go Lions. Go Tigers.
Go Blue.
You know.